The Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty beef has escalated to a point of no return. It looks like those petty games that Gucci Mane was playing with Yo Gotti has came back to bite him harsher than he could have ever imagined. A couple of years ago, Gucci Mane began to aggressively pursue new artists in Memphis and sign them to get back at Yo Gotti. Initially, the plan was genius and it was working tremendously. Gucci had Pooh Shiesty and Big Scar under his roster, and those two were like the two hottest young artists in hip hop at that time. But now, when looking back, that move is backfiring against Gucci and could potentially get Gucci hurt really badly. The Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane beef that led Gucci Mane to start signing these Memphis artists actually started when Gucci Mane found out that Yo Gotti was sleeping with his girlfriend around the same time he was. And then on top of finding out that Yo Gotti was smashing Keisha around the same time Gucci began dating her, Gucci was mad at Yo Gotti for trying to drop his album on the same day as him.
Man, the first time Gucci ever tweeted me, I was in the studio. Somebody sent it to me, and I called his phone like 6 times in a row. He answered probably like on the 6th one.
He was upset that you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Yeah, I mean, but he ain't say my name. He just like, why would a rapper do it? But, you know, shit, when nobody shit coming out but mine on the same day. So, you know.
I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing his chick or something.
Yeah, you guys had some issues over Keisha Dior.
Gotti starts laughing and smiling.
I'm taking you from where it started. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, let him get to that.
Okay. But then you started smashing his chick, and then he got angry.
Then he went to jail, and you started dating Keisha Dior.
Nah, then it was like, to me, I still felt like he was cool because like one of my partners was with me. Like we argue all the time, and that's just what we do. Like it'll never come to Twitter or a radio interview or nothing like that. Then he got on the radio and said something. That's when it was like, okay, I don't cross that line. Like it's, you know what I mean? It'll never be like we cool no more.
Now I'm gonna go bang his girl.
I had already done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was your.
So you banged your partner's girl.
Damn, Gotti. You ain't my friend, man.
But that was your girlfriend, though, right? Wasn't it like?
Gotti said, "Envy my partner." Oh, I didn't know that was your wife.
I ain't know that. Like I ain't know that. I ain't know like you know like you in love and all that.
Yeah, I got you.
Come on, man. You know how the game go.
And because Gucci Mane took a couple of big artists from Yo Gotti. Obviously, Pooh Shiesty is the biggest artist in Memphis, and Gucci Mane took Pooh Shiesty from Yo Gotti. So that right there was a major L that Gucci Mane gave Yo Gotti. Everything was working though. Everything was going as planned until Pooh Shiesty went to jail, and that's when things fell apart. It began to fall apart when Pooh Shiesty went to jail because when Pooh Shiesty went to jail, him and Gucci Mane's relationship took a hit after his cousin Big Scar, who's also signed to Gucci Mane, passed away. See, when Big Scar passed away, this really affected Pooh Shiesty. This was one of the closest losses that Pooh Shiesty has ever took.
Big Scar passing away, like, I could agree with me being in there and having some alone time to think. I could really agree with it, but like to this day, I still ain't really got over that, you know what I'm saying? So it's my little cousin, like I was there, you know, every step of the way until, unfortunately, I wasn't there no more, you know? So me coming home to that, like being in there when you hear a death and, you know, you get the bad news, it don't feel real, especially like without you being able to go to a funeral or see him like right there. So it just like, it's like a whole different world in there, so it ain't feel real, but me getting out here not being able to see him or call him or him to tell me welcome home, you know, still messing with me up for real, so I ain't really got over it yet. Some things about Big Scar, like some of his characteristics, like dude was like a real like comedian for real, you know.
With Pooh Shiesty being locked up, he couldn't do what he really wanted to do for Big Scar because he's been locked up. He has no means to an income. He has no resources. So he was relying on Gucci Mane to show out for Big Scar and really represent for the entire label, including Pooh Shiesty. So Pooh Shiesty was really disappointed when Big Scar's family, which is also his family because they're cousins, began to call out Gucci Mane and expose Gucci Mane for not paying for the entire funeral and asking for Big Scar's chains to be returned back to him because he paid for it, even though he gave the chains to Big Scar.
Up out of here. My brother just passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. He was talking about some flowers and 10K. He ain't pay for no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't pay for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that. But it was gonna get paid for regardless. He want all 4 chains back. He ain't getting no girl, fuck them receipts. Don't nobody give a fuck about them receipts showing no 20K. I'm telling y'all what the fuck I think. It's on a receipt for 10K that we get. What the fuck? She just trying to clear up her husband's name. He ain't trying to come to us and talk to us as a man. He ain't trying to come and talk to us as a man. He ain't called my daddy phone about shit. He ain't called my daddy phone about shit. And then he blocked us. We ain't money hungry. We don't need his mother money because it was going to get paid regardless if he would have sucked that 10K or not. The fuck is wrong with y'all? And we keeping them chains. He not getting them chains back. My brother earned them motherfucking chains.
Pooh Shiesty wasn't feeling what Gucci did to Big Scar at all, or what the family was accusing Gucci of doing. Pooh Shiesty loyalty is with Big Scar and his family. So if they're not rocking with Gucci, he not rocking with Gucci. That's why when Pooh Shiesty came home, a lot of people were like, yo, where the first day out at? He ain't dropped a first day out for a while because he was trying to handle business. He wanted off the label. He told Gucci, I want off the label. Get me off. Gucci refused to get him off the label. Gucci refused. So what Pooh Shiesty did was Pooh Shiesty began to align himself and get close to Yo Gotti. And Yo Gotti and Pooh Shiesty began to devise up a plan, right, to go down a legal route to get Pooh Shiesty, off of Gucci's label. That's just a fact. That's why in First Day Out, what did Pooh Shiesty do? Pooh Shiesty shouted out Yo Gotti, ain't shout out Gucci Mane at all.
That was back when Ed was painted the Cadillac paint. That was a long time ago. And I ain't necessarily confirming nothing as it relates to any robberies or anything like that. Because I'm sure me or you don't want to say anything that could potentially get somebody, arrested or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You feel me on that?
That's for sure. I feel like just the crazy thing is that, a lot of people, when this news first came out, okay, I feel like people were saying this is cap, ain't no way this is true. But then now everybody's going back and looking at that FDO song. They're saying, hang on a minute, why is Pooh Shiesty shouting out Yo Gotti on the First Day Out song, but he ain't shouting out his CEO, Gucci Mane? Like, what? People are thinking, okay, this making sense now.
It's just, it's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They be like on the outside looking in, Trap, man, they be out of the loop. And, like you just said, you just made a great point. Pooh ain't with Gucci Mane because of how he carried Big Scar when Big Scar, when Big Scar died. You know what I'm saying? He was, instead of being focused on paying for the funeral, you asking for them cheap ass 1017 chains back. Not the discard chains, because I'm saying cheap to Gucci. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be worth a few $100 million. You know what I'm saying? So you worried about some little change? You let that man family have them change. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
He earned it. So and Pooh. Pooh and that was Pooh little cousin, you know what I'm saying? So Pooh took that to heart, and so ain't no way he was coming home. Pooh wasn't finna go against his family for Gucci, you know what I'm saying? So that's how everything played out.
Damn, man. Yeah, no, I was...
If Gucci Mane asks for Big Scar's chain back, that's probably worth about $20,000 while he's up M's after Big Scar passed away, that's wrong. And I don't even see how he could see how they would ever forgive him for that. Now, here's the thing. All right, Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane were both in L.A. before Pooh Shiesty turned himself back into the halfway house. Now, when they were both in the city, a robbery took place. Now, apparently, Pooh Shiesty orchestrated a Suge Knight, Vanilla Ice-esque situation. Gucci Mane was unwilling to sign Pooh Shiesty out of his deal, but after a tense exchange, after what I can only describe as Suge Knight-esque, Gucci Mane signed that contract and got Pooh Shiesty out the deal the same night that Gucci Mane got robbed. Now, the situation goes, Pooh Shiesty was with some Crips. Now, the people who are tied to this situation in terms of YouTube, who knew this before everybody else, because I found this out, I'll be real, this morning. Seti Nash knew about this a day or two ago. So the fact that Seti Nash knew about this a day or two ago, and he is even offering Gucci Mane to get the chain back for him, well, no, sorry, not chain, but the watch and wedding ring back for him, that shows that Seti Nash has some heavy ties or strong ties to the dudes who did this. And Seti Nash is a Rolling 60 Crip, so I can only assume the Rolling 60 Crips are involved here, and they robbed, Gucci Mane on behalf of Pooh Shiesty. But after Gucci Mane signed Pooh Shiesty out of his deal, apparently Pooh Shiesty still ain't giving no passes. and the Rolling 60 Crips allegedly, all right, allegedly, still robbed Gucci Mane of his wedding ring and his watch. That's apparently worth like M's, right? I think like altogether, like with the ring and the watch, it was worth like $2 million.
But Gucci Mane, that wedding ring, gone. Yeah, they hit him with the Suge Knight, bruh. They took Gucci Mane's wedding ring and they took his watch. So, Gucci, you know this is 100% true. Hit me up, I can get you it back. But as it stands right now, bruh, Gucci Mane walking around wedding ringless right now, and he ain't got no watch. I'm not going to say who robbed him. Pooh Shiesty was not there, but it definitely went on after Pooh Shiesty left. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane got into an altercation as far as a little back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Pooh Shiesty wasn't hearing shit that Gucci Mane had to say. Gucci Mane want Pooh Shiesty on the team, but hell nah. So what ends up happening is Space in the Place. Can't give you too much specific details because if I do, then y'all know that's all bad. But as soon as Pooh Shiesty got up out of there, left, got in his car, pulled off, he ain't knowing what the hell going on. All he knows is he happy that Gucci Mane signed him up out that goddamn deal. But after that, after Pooh Shiesty was in the clear, because he don't know shit about this, so he gonna be reading about and hearing about this as I am. I mean, as I'm letting y'all know this shit right now. They robbed his ass. For surely robbed goddamn Gucci Mane. Robbed his ass out of his ring, robbed his ass out of his watch. So he running around here right now. It didn't happen in Atlanta. That's as far